That's how you know somebody doesn't respect you. They listen to reply, not to be understood. They cut you off. They minimize what actually matters to you. They laugh at your boundaries, and then they call you sensitive when you try to hold the line. They show up late, they cancel last minute, forget the things you've told them, because in their world, your time, your energy, even your voice aren't a priority. They're just an option. You see, there are two kinds of people. Those who adjust when they realize they've actually hurt you, and those who expect you to adjust so they don't have to change. You don't need to be disrespected loudly to be disrespected deeply. Sometimes you'll see it. It's just in their tone, in their patterns, in the silence after you're known. Respect isn't what they say when they're watching. It's how they act when they think you'll tolerate it.
The flow insane, take my spot, so the range, shoot my shot with perfect aim, 3rd degree, that perfect flame, ain't no sleep, that's the game, oh so southern, that's the slang, when they see me, that's the main, chasing checks and fly like planes, big old stick, I bought a cane, flick my wrist and bought the ring, I'm so boss, we're not the same, paid the cost and kept the change, now I'm walking Hall of Fame, and I reside in the cloud, ran wishes with these bitches, taking pictures with the crowd, and I'm out.
Yo, 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 yo. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Peace, blessings, glory, praise, and honor to the Most High. Happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday. I hope all is well with each and every single one of you this evening. Shout out to my poets, writers, content creators, and everything else in between. You see the title? I got a clip I want to run by y'all, man. We're going to chop it up for a little bit. Then close out the week. By the way, I hope you made it home safe. I know a lot of y'all got you a 3-4 day weekend because some folks like to take an extra day to add on to that Monday, so you ain't gotta be in such a hurry to get prepared for the next work week. So if that's what you did, hey, I understand, I respect it. It is what it is. Kim Kardashian, what are you, ma'am? What's going on with you? what's
bang,
up?
Bang, 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 bang.
I didn't expect to see you in the spotlight. Not like this. Not like this. Shout out to the brother who reported on this one. Real Media Marcus. That's the name. TikTok. Shout out to you, sir. I appreciate the breakdown. I'm just going to share a couple of my thoughts on this. I jotted down a few notes in terms of this situation. Like, share, post to let the people know we're on. I will bring this up on the big screen real quick. I'm going to have to play it back, start it from the beginning, just in case you didn't hear the story. I'm going to cook up. I'm going to let him get his bars off. And then we're going to chat. Let me know in the comment section what y'all think about this. How you feel, or do you even care about it at all? Anyway, let's get this show started, man.
$8.4 million of cocaine discovered in shipment of Kim Kardashian brand skimwear underwear. So once again, New York Post reporting, a truck driver was sent to the slammer for smuggling over $8 million worth of cocaine in a shipment of underwear and clothing from Kim Kardashian's SKIMS brand. Jakub Jan Konkel was sentenced to 13 years and 6 months in prison on Monday for stashing a slew of drugs inside his truck, carrying 28 pallets of SKIMS clothing from the Netherlands. So that is the latest out of New York Post. That is a crazy story. So a shipment of Kim Kardashian skim brand coming from the Netherlands had $8.4 million worth of cocaine in it. The truck driver, once again, his name is Jakub Jan Konkel, was sentenced to 13 years this on Monday.
Jacob, sir, you got 13 years. And Kim doesn't get any scrutiny. Nothing's going to happen to her. Are we just going to act like there's not even a remote chance that she had anything to do with this? This is why I wanted to talk about this one in specific. See, if I had to guess, there are going to be people, including the ones closest to this story, like her team, judges, and everybody else that's looking at it like, well, she didn't know anything about this. It's impossible for her to have known. Kim Kardashian doesn't seem like the type of woman who goes to these facilities and manually shakes hands with the workers. I don't see that happening. On the flip side, though, I don't put nothing past a single human being on this planet, especially celebrities, rappers, all of them. There's no way in the world you should be getting the slap on the wrist or getting ignored just because your name is Kim Kardashian. So you sentence this man, give him all this time, right? And I'm assuming like we just supposed to play it down like, oh, he's the fall guy. There's no chance in hell that she could be responsible for the activities that were being committed at the beginning of all of it. Chef, what's up, man? You hear about this? Kim Kardashian. We wouldn't know you if it wasn't for Ray J. We wouldn't know you if it wasn't for your parents, if it wasn't for O.J. Simpson. And if I'm being quite frank, you have contributed absolutely zilch to this community in any way, other than providing Jergens and Johnson & Johnson a substantial increase in financial revenue because of the sodomites who would regularly find recreational use out of the content which you provided alongside Mr. Ray J. You have offered the people absolutely nothing. Nothing. You can't sing. Your body isn't yours. Your TV show is trash. For the love of me, I don't understand why people even sit down for 30 minutes, 40 minutes to an hour to watch you bitch complain about where you shop at, what's going on in and out of your house. I would get more entertainment watching somebody in a impoverished neighborhood get their content filmed on a daily basis than I would sitting up here watching some modernized version of a struggle family go through anything. Absolutely disgusting what we find to be entertaining. Y'all want to follow a nigga around the house all day? I guarantee you, we could put the camera on way more entertaining folks than a Kardashian. That is a fact. It's not an opinion. It's not shade or hating. It is absolute fact. Yes, brother. The driver was caught smuggling cocaine in her shipment. But guess what? He's the one that gets sent away. And I guess we just supposed to pretend like this wasn't attached to her brand. Like, my nigga, your name is on that. That wasn't no little ass amount of cocaine. It wasn't like they pulled him over and he had a couple baggies in his back pocket or some shit. No. This nigga was moving Carlito's way type of weight. He was moving cartel type shit. What are we talking about? And it's attached to you, which is why I'm a little disturbed and annoyed by it, because I'm looking at this situation like, all right, there's a chance she didn't know, but I'm not about to sit up here and really believe that shit, because maybe it's the bias in me, but I think celebrities have the easiest way to finesse the people. Titan salutes. Men and women who wear suit and ties, men and women who have prominent names in the industry, men and women who are connected through different social platforms of a high regard, they can easily sneak around with the cloak and get away with whatever they want, because their image portrays them to be something that they probably aren't in all reality. Yeah. It's, to be fair, I didn't follow the trial. I didn't see what type of evidence they had. Maybe these are things that they brought up and considered. So I guess, to be fair, again, she's not the type of woman that's going to these buildings and she's checking off on every shipment they go out. That's not her. She probably have people who, matter of fact, I ain't gonna say probably, she has people who do all of the heavy lifting. She sits back, collects the check, and probably writes off on whether or not she agrees with this or don't. Outside of that, she's not doing none of the hands-on stuff. But see, even then, I don't really, I don't know. I don't. I just don't trust them. I don't. Because I'm thinking, like, if this was me and I was on that type of time, I'm well known for, I don't know, just to make up something. I'm well known for acting or something. I starred in 5 uh global nominee award winning films, and I always played like this specific character. The people love me. And every time you see me on the red carpet or you see me interviewing or I'm doing shows or whatever, it's always a good time. I always make you feel warm, welcome, and comfortable. I give you this Cosby Show, Heathcliff Huxtable, Denzel type of vibe. I'm just chill like that. But the whole time, me thinking like, all right, these people are stupid. I built my name, my brand is stamped, but I got all of these connections and ties to people. I got folks coming to me and saying, look, you want to make some extra money? You want to do this? I got a proposal for you. How about we go into business? I'll cut you a percentage of such and such. We use your name and your trademark. Like if you ever seen Breaking Bad, for example, El Pollo, my man with the chicken joint, Gustav, when he had the chicken joint and he was moving all his product in the containers with the secret sauce or whatever that shit was. He worked at the actual joint. He was a manager, owner, all that. He was very hands on, very chill, very laid back, very like under the radar with it. He was never loud or overly dressed. He didn't go out and buy a whole bunch of extravagant stuff. That's how I'm looking at people like her. She don't have to get her hands dirty. She got people that help her with this shit. And my thing is, you caught one truck. What's to say there isn't other ones? Who's to say that wasn't the last one? So you having this experience, I'm pretty sure you know, like there's ways to get around the system. I would absolutely, if I was evil or I was greedy and I was on that type of time, I would absolutely capitalize on every minute of it. For sure, for sure. Oh, you have a company, you have you got loyal people oh yeah, all right. Just throw them a little extra off the top. Have you moving my stuff around. But to the rest of the world, I'm just selling t-shirts and drawers, shoes and jeans and starter jackets and shit like that. And the whole time I got it lined up with whatever type of paraphernalia that you can think of. How does I'm gonna have to dig a little more, because like I want to know, how long did this trial go? What type of investigation went into it? How did they come to the conclusion that he was solely the one that was guilty and she had nothing to do with any of it? And that there aren't other stories out there, that there aren't other trucks out there. Like, convince me. Because this is exactly what I think it is. Her money is what got her out of any type of accountability for it, which is why I am here, because I'm not about to sit up here and let you just try to flex with your money out of the fact that you out here probably one of the biggest drug lords out here and shit. You ain't Griselda Blanco or no shit. But there's a good chance that you are one of the monsters that live under the bed, just like we all thought, or probably don't want to accept. Yeah, you could be right there with Epstein and all of them. You see, it's 2026. There is no gloves. There is no sheltering or havens for the wicked. We are not about to sit up here and act as if we don't see what we see. Nah, my nigga, you, whether or not you get judged or caught and held accountable now, if you got anything to do with that, you still gonna have to face it. That's what I'm saying. And that's why I gotta see, because I was on IG when I found out. I saw it on it wasn't even a video. I saw it on like a picture. Then I went over to TikTok and then I started seeing people talking about it. But the way they described the shit was like it lasted a week or so. It wasn't even no long drawn out ass situation. They got to it. They got the guy. They sentenced him, and then that was it. So, like, I don't know, man. I don't. I have no idea. But I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be shocked if she been getting away with this shit for years. Somebody got caught slipping, got paid not to tell, handsomely, by the way, because you only getting 13 years for all that. For all that, there's niggas, and I'm talking about actual niggas. It's actually black people who then got more time for less. This nigga had a whole truck. A whole truck. And he only getting 13. Yeah, all right. I guess we dumb. And yo, money will get you damn near anything that you want if you sell your soul for it. Does anybody believe that she's innocent at all? I mean, you willing to prostitute your body online? Why would this be any different? The smoke and mirrors are gone. You cannot pretend to be something that you're not anymore. And yeah, the government is going to keep playing in our face, but all of us aren't stupid. We see right through this crap. That man probably took a nice little lump sum to sit down. He probably is not even going to get the same type of prison treatment. Probably got him set up real nice. Probably threw everybody else off with that. The whole time she's still moving that shit. I bet she's still moving that shit. Cause all right, here's the thing. Why did he even feel that comfortable in the first place? Why? To be able to drive that, you had to have done it before. I don't know the timestamp. I don't know how long they've been investigating it. I don't know, like, all I'm saying is they cover up stuff, man. They don't tell you everything. She's absolutely guilty in some point. Like, nah, we're not about to do that shit, bro. That's what I'm like. If I was in her position and I was on that type of shady time or something, you know that there's different entities that come in and out of these places. The drug cartel is involved in the NBA and in sports. The government is involved in the music industry. The trafficking industry is commingled in different parts of our community that we don't even address. Like the other day when we was talking about them adults that got arrested for child trafficking and they work for Disney. All that shit linked. All of it. So she could have very well be working with somebody who needed to use her, and I'm just going off of assumptions and theories. I'm not saying none of this is true. It's all alleged opinion. But she could have easily been bribed, blackmailed. Maybe she a cokehead. Maybe a part of her likes to sell that shit. Who knows? Or maybe she's friends with a friend of a friend that wanted to use her and she thought it was a good idea and she could benefit from it as well to get more of her merch out there. Like, people are that that they will go to certain lengths to maintain that economic balance, that lifestyle. I believe that 100%. 100%. I don't trust none of them. The only ones that I feel like don't have anything to do with it are the ones who no longer are on TV. You don't see them anymore. They're not in the spotlight whatsoever because they refuse to live and do certain things that the rest of them aren't, or are, should I say, for that matter. "13 years, one truck." all that weight, only one person goes down for it. And it's attached to her name. And you telling me that's not a bad look? Should we just dismiss that and act like it never happened? I'm not supposed to look at her sideways after that. Somebody just accidentally slipped all this shit in there. You had no idea that they were doing that under your umbrella. Is your management skills that poor? Your staff that weak and vulnerable? That you could have these men moving that stuff underneath your signature without you even knowing about it? Prove she didn't know nothing about it. Prove to me she had no idea that this shit was going on. The hell with all that. That all is all bullshit. All of it. Every last bit of it. The first time I seen the joint on IG, I thought they was just trolling. I thought it was like an AI post. But then I seen that it's actually a real story. I'm like, oh, okay. Uh-huh. I guess because it's Kim Kardashian, it's okay. If it was any regular person, y'all would be throwing the book at them. Y'all would be scrutinizing them. They would be under the microscope. You would be picking and peeling back and scaling and remodifying, doing all type of different things to really figure out who this was, what type of life they had, who was around them, all that. But because it's her, yeah, this ain't really a big deal. It's just Kim Kardashian. She's a Kardashian with her Botox botched body, her modified lips. You really got me all the way messed up. And for anybody to just flat out believe that she ain't got nothing to do with anything that was involved with that and that is just going to stop right there and disappear, no. I highly doubt that's the end of it. I wouldn't have even came up here and brought that shit up until I actually saw it for what it was. And I'm like, damn. Well, I'm not. That's where we at. Nothing surprises me anymore. You would have hoped it was fake, but it is what it is. So to be fair, if they actually proved that she had no knowledge of it, cool. As far as I'm concerned, that's bull. They just continuously lie in our face and tell us whatever the hell they want to tell us because we're not really going to question it or challenge it because these are folks that you idolize and worship. And as long as these are folks that you admire, they can pretty much do and say whatever they want and get away with whatever they want. Oh, the shit that I want to talk about, I might end up having to do that shit tomorrow because I know I did a reaction to it. I didn't do a live on it. The shit with the news, the dude, what's his name? I think his name Joseph or some shit, Howard or some shit like that from Fox 5. The Bama was talking about the war or some shit on the news, and it looked like he had on a whole mask and shit, because like the part right here by his neck, it wasn't connecting, like it was kind of like flapping. I don't know if y'all saw that shit. Check out the joint I dropped. I don't know if it's set for the day. Yeah, I might have to spin back on it. That shit crazy, man. They out here playing in our face, smuggling drugs and people and kids and all type of shit, man. And it's the ones with the plastic bodies. It's the ones that's doing the KFC commercials. It's the ones that's doing little dating app ads and shit that run on your YouTube and on your social media accounts. I'm still at a point, bro, when I'm trying to figure out if that shit actually real or not. But I've seen too many clips of people talking about it. Way too many. Way too many variations. And it, like, for you to here and you telling me that this is not the actual 69-year-old former Navy veteran that's sitting in front of hundreds and thousands of people giving this bullshit speech, but it's somebody wearing a whole mask, cosplaying as the person, and you can visibly see it. You showing us, did you accidentally mean for us to see that shit? Or was it the fact that the man who was playing the dude, he didn't realize that he didn't have his shit covered up the way he was supposed to, so it got exposed on camera? Like, what's going on? That part. Can't even argue with that. It ain't new. It ain't. Fortunately for me, I've never trusted the media, and I've never bought a single product from Kim Kardashian. I would never support her or her company. As far as I'm concerned, you're done. I can't speak for nobody else. Your truck, your content and material was traveling with tons of cocaine. There is no escaping that. You cannot erase from history. I don't care if someone did take the fall for that shit. Your name is attached to that. Nah. Because as far as I'm concerned, you failed. You failed to hire the right men. You failed to hire the right staff to properly oversee all of your work, to make sure that it's going where it's supposed to, that make sure that it is up to the standards of your company. You failed to ensure the safety of others. You failed to ensure that this type of content and product is not being spread worldwide to kids, women, men. Your name is attached to that. As far as I'm concerned, you just as guilty as he is, whether or not they proved it or didn't prove it. But let it have been me or you, bro. Let it have been one of us with this same situation, the same scenario. It does not turn out that way. We leaving in cuffs with him and like 5 other people. The whole company getting shut down. Business would have been done. Kim Kardashian's business should have been shut down.
How dare you?
There's no fucking way. Me being a cop, an FBI agent, I see this one time. I'm gonna we gotta investigate all of it now. Once I see that, I can't unsee it. I need to know what's really going on here. I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to be a part of that club. Fuck that club. That club think that they untouchable. They're gonna find out the hard way that they ain't no different than the rest of us. And I don't feel bad for them. Then we see through that BS over here on this side of the internet. Homeboy, you took the charge for that? Allegedly? Just to put this on record, these are just my thoughts, views, and opinions. Y'all might think differently. In my personal opinion, this fool was getting paid pretty well. She was working with someone, still is probably working with them, is still making money off of it. The guy that took the charge, he probably messed up, had to be the fall guy for it to protect and cover her so that she can keep on doing business. That's why it hasn't stopped. And she's going to continue to make money, and she's going to continue. It's bullshit. It's all bullshit. I don't want nothing to do with no stuff like that. Is this exclusive to your fan club? To the Hollywood elites? Or is this for y'all to be partying up with? Or is this a little deeper than we even know about it? Tons? And you only get 13 years? Yeah, all right. That's cool. We see what's going on. I don't want to be a part of that club. Again, she's talentless. And it don't matter if you got a lawyer's degree and you went to college and did all of that shit. That don't matter. Hold up. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. 13 years, bro. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no way. They basically gave that man the best deal that they could offer him. And in turn, she gets to keep making money. He's most likely going to sit in there comfortable. And when he get out, he's gonna have a house waiting on him. He's gonna have some money sitting there waiting on him in an account, and she's still gonna be moving that shit in and out, like nothing ever happened. And like you said in a prior message, nothing new under the sun. It's comical. It's absolutely comical. I'm laughing because of how ridiculously arrogant these motherfuckers is. It's like they just think we just stupid as hell, man. We just idiots. The whole time they poisoning everybody and getting rich off of it. So any of you who support Kim Kardashian and you spend money on her and you watch her, you add any type of dividend to her bank account, you're just as complicit. Hell no. Nah, man. You about to there's no way you're gonna convince me that this is a one-time thing or one person could do all of that shit underneath their nose. Anybody here, everybody here, if you own a company, a multi-million-dollar company, and one of your employees gets caught moving that type of weight, do you think it's impossible for you to know about it? Do you think it's impossible to be that blind? I'm not convinced at all. Call it a distraction. Call it trying to make her relevant again. Maybe she wants attention. I don't fucking know. But you're not going to play in our face like that. You're not about to insult my intelligence. You did this one time and that was it. So the only time that type of activity was taking place was right there, and we just no. I know, I'm all over the place. It's annoying. It's aggravating. It's irritating. It's frustrating because as much as you want to believe in the best scenarios here, it's just it's bullshit. And I don't know, man. She gonna get hers. And anybody else that's working with her, they're gonna get theirs. For all the shit, the paraphernalia that keep getting in and out of this country, it never stopped. We know why. She's a part of the reason. Period. I don't want to make my money that way. The hell with that. But I digress, man. Shout outs to everybody who tapped in. Kim, you full of shit. But I thank you. And I'm grateful for the exposing that has been done with these celebrities, because it just shows how inhuman they are. Like, they ain't no different than your neighbor. But it's also revealing how privilege seems to be taking precedent over morality, over truth, over decency. Don't let the rewards of the evil man supersede the righteous, because that's backwards. Just because they getting away with that now, that don't mean that they getting away with that shit. We not dumb though. And for some reason, I don't even think dude going to get 13 years. He might end up getting out sooner than that. You know how that works. Anyway, I got something cooking for tomorrow too. That's gonna be a good one, man. I got the whole week locked in, and I got the morning shows coming back next week too. So we moving. I'm not trying to slow down. I'm trying to make this shit intensify more and more as this year concludes, man. Kim Kardashian, you full of it. Our justice system is full of it. They playing in our face. They think we just slow. Y'all better be careful with the people that y'all idolize and worship. I keep saying it. Stop worshiping these people. They not what you think they are, man. They really aren't. They evil as hell, some of them. A lot of them. I'm about to get about here, though. I'm going to chop it up. Get ready for tomorrow's show, Lord willing. 8 o'clock. Tap in if you free. That's going to be a goodie again. Do me a solid before you go, if you don't mind. Hold on. What's the goddamn button? Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening. Shout outs. I see y'all on the PM. Peace.
The flow insane. Take my spot, so the range. Shoot my shot with perfect aim. 3rd degree, that perfect flame. Ain't no sleep, that's the game. Oh, so southern, that's the slang. When they see me, that's the main. Chasing checks and fly like planes. Big old stick, I bought a cane. Flick my wrist and bought the ring. I'm so boss, we're not the same.